Okay, this was the Chapter 7 program. This is my program. We did find one small little flaw in it. It's nothing major, though.
You should just go to mine since mine's perfect.
You think yours is perfect? No. Did you try, what's that county we just tried? Canadian. How does yours work with Canadian?
How do you spell Canadian?
Canadian.
Oh, look! 5 and 5.
Oh,
But there's only
wow.
7.
whoa.
You're wrong.
No.
I have 8.
Well,
You asked for the top
wait a minute.
results or the bottom 5 results.
Wait a minute. 5 and 5 is 8?
You asked for,
What?
you asked for
Hold
the
on.
top 5 and the bottom 5.
Let
So
me
to show
ask
you-
Dora the Explorer. Dora, how many is 5 plus 5? Ocho. 8.
No, you asked for the top 5 and the bottom 5. So it gave you the top 5 and the bottom 5.
Yeah, it's recorded. Those of you who missed out, we just watched the most awesome preview of the Dora Explorer movie. I don't know why we did, but we did. So, okay. All right, so let's continue on. See all the fun that people miss when they don't come to class? All right. I want to change this up a little bit. Okay. You know how the program requirements stated, actually, let me rename this so I don't screw up the original. The absolutely perfect program. Modified. We're going to call this one modified. I was thinking, so this is my program. Remember I told you had to include the county, the magnitude, longitude, and latitude. Okay? What if, remember the search is working based on county. Everybody agree with that? Well, I want it to work differently. I want a little menu that's going to come up, and I want to be able to select what we search on. Because maybe, okay, so imagine this. I'm going to go buy a house. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to buy a house in, where's Jones at? What county is Jones in? Does anybody know? That's Oklahoma County, okay. So very easy, I could just look up Oklahoma County, okay. But what if I wanted to know the place in Oklahoma that has the worst earthquakes? You know what I mean by that? Mm-hmm. The highest magnitude earthquakes.
Probably up by Guthrie.
Okay, so I want to modify my program that I can search by county or magnitude. And you actually, if you think about it, what was the first entry in the file? What was it? Well, no, I mean the top row. The header. Yeah, we're not going to do this, but we actually could have read in the header and used that as our search criteria. So we could automate this entire thing where you could have searched by any of the options. But we're not going to go that far. But I want to modify my program so I can search by either county or magnitude. Okay? Make sense? All right. So first I want a little menu. First it comes up and says, would you like to search by county or magnitude? Where would be a good place to put that? What do you think? Anybody? Should it be inside of this process file or maybe in its own little method? Okay, thank you for no answer. We're going to go with our own method. Okay, so I can actually say display menu. Would that work? Okay. Then how do I display something on the screen? Print. Okay. So I want to say show results. I was waiting for something to catch that. Dora, how do you spell results? R-E-S-U-L-T-S. For. All right. So now.
Dora doesn't spell things. I'm sorry.
So I want. So what I would like it to say is show results for with a colon. Then the next line I want it to say 1 period magnitude or county, 2 period. Actually, we'll do C for county, M for magnitude. Okay. So what I want it to look like, I'm going to show you what I want it to look like. I want it to look like, spell correctly. I can't make that a capital M. It cannot happen. Okay? So that's what I want the menu to look like. So how am I going to write my print statement to make it look like that? All in one line. I'm actually going to make it in two. But okay. Come on, someone help me. How do I get that menu on there?
Well, first of all, we need to make it a string.
Make it a string. Very good point. All right.
That colon. Yeah. Give me a space. We don't need a space.
We don't need a
We
space.
don't need a space. Let's
What-
make a new line.
How do I do that?
Slash it. Backslash.
Slash N.
That's a column.
Come on, next. How do I tab it over? What would I possibly put it in there and make it tab over?
Come on, team. Let's think. What could we use
Come on, Dora.
to make a tab? Anybody.
Does anyone know what kind of character could possibly use to make a tab?
Oh, that little curly, whatever that damn thing is. I forgot what it's called.
Ding, ding, ding. This is our hold music. We're waiting for the correct answer.
You said we had to do that in our last one, right?
Chelsea, how do I do it?
I'm not answering.
Ryan, how do you do it? Oh, slash T. Very good.
Oh!
He beat you to it.
Congratulations.
All right.
Credit I need.
All right. County.
No. No. No.
You gotta
You're
space
doing
it.
it backwards.
Are you serious with it backwards?
Look at the way he wants to do it.
Have you not tried it?
Hey, Dora.
She said I was spelling it backwards.
You can't copy your title, right?
Yes, you can, after,
This is how you learn. You make many mistakes.
Actually, a lot of times I do it on purpose.
What if you don't have to make the mistakes? Like, what if you already know what you're doing, so you don't have to make the
Yeah.
mistakes?
Why are you in this class?
All right. I want it all to be on one line, but I'm going to put it on two lines just so we can see it on the screen. Because, well, we'll keep going until I run out of screen. Then what did I put on there?
Give me another new one.
Slash N slash W
Yes, W.
T.
Of course it's W.
Why don't you want to keep W?
Oh, it is going to fit. Perfect.
It's an okay letter.
All right. Well, so you think that's going to work? We're going to find out.
No, it's not going to work. No, it's not.
Why?
Is that
Because you
TC?
didn't call menu. It just
No, it's going to work. Watch. Ready?
yeah.
It doesn't even work.
Yeah, it worked.
No, it didn't.
No one called it. But it did compile correctly.
It compiled correctly, but it's not doing what I want to do. All right. So, where am I displaying the question? Any idea where I'm displaying the question? Search string right down there. So maybe we should display a menu here? What do you think?
No, I don't like it.
Think that'll work? Let's try it. Oh. Ta-da, that's so beautiful. All right, but now we need a blank line after magnitude. And I'm going to say, where's magnitude? Slash N,
Why the slash in?
blank line.
what's slash N?
What does that do?
Wait, what?
All right, so, okay, now the problem is, remember, my menus can either display a C or an M. Okay? So, wouldn't it be a better choice to make it a function rather than a method? What do you think?
What would we possibly return in a method like that?
I don't know. I'm just wondering. Okay, so how would I make this return something?
You would type in the word return. Done. F5.
That's right
Rewind
there.
the tape, though. Some parents don't rewind their tapes.
I hate it when people don't rewind the DVD. That's horrible.
All right. So what am I doing? What am I returning?
We're returning movie, like I said.
Returning the movie. I'm not returning a movie. I want to return either C or M. Got it. Nailed it.
F5.
5. Damn it, it crashed.
That's weird.
It's weird that it didn't work. Come on, how do I make it so it returns something? Do I give you some more hold music? Come on, help me.
We're all bright minds in here. Let's come up with something. And by let's, I mean not me.
What do I need there? I want to return either a C or an M based upon what? Input. Who said input? Was that Sam I am back there? All right, Sam. So we need to get input. Could I put it all in one line? Let's try it. So give me input. There's input. You don't like that one? Okay. Crap. How about if I said... Will that work? Enter C or D. Let's see what it actually does. Oh. Why did I get D?
Because you typed D.
Okay, I meant to type M. And if you notice, I have a new keyboard here. D and M are right next to each other.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's go fix that real quick. I have no idea why I typed D.
Because D is right after C in the alphabet.
That's why.
Wow.
All right, so now we have that.
Because I'm amazing.
Genius in the making.
Okay. So now we're going down here. So this display menu is going to return something. There you go. Now it's returning it into a variable. Okay. So how... Okay, obviously we're going to have to change where it says which county would you like to view. Do you all agree with that? So how can I do that? Come on. Help me. Okay, we're going to play left side against right side. Left side of the room. Help me.
Mine's not the same as yours.
Yeah, well, we're fixing mine. How am I going to make this say what it needs to say?
How do we make it say what it needs to say? Print, say what it needs to say. Done. F5.
Okay, so we already have something getting input for the county. So should we make the same kind of thing for magnitude?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to copy this.
Huh?
You're not on the left side of the room.
I'm just everywhere.
No, you're
I am everywhere, Cameron. Everywhere.
just stay everywhere.
You wish I was on that side.
We'll be over here. We'll be over there.
Okay, well we're gonna win because they have me.
Okay. So,
Drop it.
is that going to fix it? You can't drop. You haven't enrolled yet.
Oh, I am dropped, actually.
On your head. All right. So I don't like this right here. First of all, we have two search strings. So let's see what happens.
Search string's gonna get redefined since they both have the same name.
Probably not what we were looking for. Okay. So I only want to show one search string. So how can I make it so it shows just one search string? Anybody?
Make a method. Wouldn't you make like a sort or an if statement?
I could make an if statement. There you go. All right. So I could say if display equals, are we okay with that? Oh, I need two what?
2 equal signs.
2 equal signs. Okay, why? What's 1 equal sign? 1 equal sign's a assignment operator. 2 equal signs, relational operator. Very good. Okay. So, if it equals C, that right there, crap, that there, else that. Look good?
Indent.
Indent. Okay. What happens if I don't indent?
It's angry.
You're like, you suck. You didn't indent. Okay, so we're going to indent. All right, so we're getting better? Let's try this thing out. Else needs a colon. Man, you guys are picky. Okay, let's try it now. All right, so if I enter C, what should it ask me for? Nice. Okay, now let's do it again, and we'll enter M. Oh. All right. Now, I've just learned something. I learned that we are writing this on a processor where we have a very limited amount of memory. So how can I save one variable's amount of memory? Any idea? On that section we just wrote. How can I make it so it uses just a little bit less memory? Anybody? There's nothing wrong with the way we wrote it. But watch Apollo 13 with Tom Hanks, and you know we could do this better. Can actually save a line of code too. Anybody?
Code golf.
What?
Code golf.
Code dog?
Code golf.
Code golf.
Whoever can write the program into these lines, please.
I don't like this word. Or that word. You think I could actually take this method right here and put it right there? Let's see. Watch it not work and I'll be pissed. Oh, it worked.
Next gen, my success.
Alright, so y'all see what I just did? Rather than calling display menu and saving the results in a variable that I'm only going to use on the next line of code, and that's it. Why do that? So this way we're saving, I don't know how much space a string in here, basically a varchar takes in Python, but it's got to be at least something. You know, obviously it's something. But so you see how that's using a little bit less code now and a little bit less memory? Okay. Is that a yes? We all totally see that.
Yes, I totally see that.
Okay. All right. So, now how do I use this stuff we got? So basically what we did was we changed the search string. Okay? Any ideas?
We use it to search.
We use it to search. Okay, where maybe? Any idea where we're doing any kind of searching?
Probably where
It says search string.
Maybe in here where it's got search string?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so why don't we modify this section right here? Okay? Now,
Can we check if it's
so remember, search string is right, we're receiving the search string, okay? So it comes in here. So what am I actually doing? So what gets received in the search string?
what, fancy number 2 connected?
Okay, so how am I going, so it's either going to contain something like pain or Dewey, or it's containing a number. Is there a better way of doing that? I don't know. What do you think? So obviously this statement's got to be rewritten. You agree with that? Okay. So let's work on rewriting that statement first. So how do we rewrite this statement? I'm just going to copy it, so we got two of them. How can we make it work? So this first one, this. So we need to modify this one here. How can I change this to work for magnitude? Anybody? Come on, someone's got to have a clue. If we know that this statement right here works for county, okay, we need to change value 0 to value 1. How do we know? How'd you know that? Well, what is value 0? Where's value 0 even defined?
Up at the top.
It's actually defined because we created a list based on this dictionary. Remember that? So we said for value in dictionary values. So the first entry was county. So value 0 is county. Value 1 is magnitude. Okay? Now, will it work like that? Let's try it, see what we get. Wait, you know what? Hold on. No, we got to do something else first. Let's shoot. How could we still got to somehow determine, I mean, how do we determine which statement to use?
Maybe you could make the magnitude an integer and then pass in the search string. And maybe we could say,
Then we can actually check and see if it does Python give us the ability to check and see if something's an integer? I don't know. I'm assuming it does. Let's ask Google.
consult Google.
How can we determine if something is a string or a number? Let's go to this website. Use try, but come on, there's got to be an easier way. Oh, is numeric. Will that work in Python? Or is digit? Use is digit function for string objects.
Oh, so it can be a string. You can just
All right, let's run our code using is digit, okay? So let's just comment this out for a moment. And we're going to say if search string dot is digit okay, let's see if that works. Okay, let's run this. Now I'm just going to put in C, and it doesn't matter. And since they're both going to be the same, let's just put in high. Okay, is digit string object has no attribute. Okay, let's do it again. Still doesn't like it. Why? That could be a good point. Darn it, it's supposed to be. You know, I wish they'd be consistent.
what do you think it says, Java?
I know. Okay, so that one goes through, but it didn't return anything, so obviously did not get into that loop. That one didn't either. So how about we just do this?
It's not gonna work.
What?
Your print
Print,
isn't gonna
print.
work because it says rent.
There we go. Let's see what we get for a result here.
False. Oh,
Okay, that one gave me false.
Just try a number without a decimal.
Okay, let's try a number without a decimal. Okay, so it's not liking the decimals. Is there one that will work without, that'll handle float? is numeric. Don't want to do that. There's got to be an easier way. Float.parse float. Float.try-parse. Oh, that's C++. Darn it. Yeah, they're making their own. Float.try-parse. That might work.
Is there an is float or something?
Wait, here that returns none. That returns 54. Is numeric. We got that. Yeah, how about is decimal? Let's try is decimal. Is decimal. Now, that's not working. Let's try float. I don't think it's going to work. I really don't think it's going to work. Nope. No such object. There's no is float. How about is string?
How about is instance?
Huh?
Is instance. Is instance, then parentheses, your variable that you want to test, comma, and float.
Comma what? Float?
Yeah. Right. There you go.
So let's try that with an extra parenthesis on the back for good measure.
So the only caveat to that is if you put it like
5.4 is negative. Let's make sure I did. Hold on. 5.4 false. Okay, how do we check if something's a string?
Is string.
I would imagine that is instance would be the one to check.
How to define an object as a string? Is instance the base string? Type 0 string. You'd think that'd work. Is numeric. We know. I just really want to do the other way. There's got to be an easy way to do this. Alright, come on. We got to find the answer. How to check a variable is a string? Return instance. Let me pause this for a second until we find this. Remember, Gordon didn't get it. Alright, now we'll show you how we fix this. The problem was our search string was actually a string because we were getting input from a string. So what we're doing is if this is the county, that means this one is the magnitude. So we're converting it to a float. Okay? So then up here, when we run this, we're checking if it's a string. So if it's a string, we need to use this one. Okay? So if that, so if it's a string, use that one. Hold on, I got too many in here now. And that one, else, look right? Yeah, I need to indent this one, and I need to do copy this, put it here. That's correct now, isn't it? That should work. Let's see if it works. Okay, we're going to do county, pane, ascending. So that worked. Now we're going to run it again. We're going to do magnitude 4.5 descending. It didn't like that. Oh, because I'm still trying to convert it to uppercase. Hold on. So that means this whole thing right here is going to be an issue. Reporting earthquakes in... I can't use search string. It's going to have to be...
We could put that in the estimate.
I could. But let me just put this out. Take this out for a second. Okay, just take that out. See if that works. A lot of little changes to make. So that one works. And now we're going to do magnitude of 4.5 ascending. We got nothing. Why? What?
It did make it to the end, it got more.
Right, it didn't crash. So why didn't we find anything? So this is the magnitude. So if value 1 equals search string, did we ever get into here? Okay, so we're going to look for magnitude of 4.5. Whatever. It never got in there. So this is not working. Let's look and see what print value 1 well, let's just try without that. I'm just trying to see what they are. Let's see what we got. Okay, can't convert float to a string, okay, because this is, so we need to put this into a string now. That's probably what the issue is. So they are working. Because we got 4.5. So would it be beneficial to convert both of these to a string and then compare them? What do you think? Because the problem is comparing with floats is never really easy because it... Now let's try it. Hey, it worked. So we should have 3 entries of 4.5. Payne, Oklahoma, and Logan. Yay! Okay. So, if you didn't catch what I just did, I wasn't sure if it was working right. So, what we knew this part up here worked for the county. We couldn't get this one to work. So, I put a print statement to print out the values. Okay? In other words, value 1, which is magnitude, and I also wanted to go by the search string. Then I aired it out and said, hey, you can't, that's a float. So what I did was I converted them both to strings, and then it worked perfectly. Okay? So we're making progress. Okay? So let's run it again. What do we think a normal earthquake is? 3.1? Holy moly. There's that many? Let me get rid of the here. That's a lot. Okay, wasn't that many. Just they're kind of off my screen, that's all.
Probably a lot more numbers than the top 10.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Probably, you're right. Okay, we need to fix it now so it tells us how many there are. Okay? Now, where was I printing that? Was I printing that over here?
So wouldn't you have to create a different variable that says just the county name? Like you change...
Right, I'm going to have to store a county name in something. Because before I did it based on search string.
So couldn't you do something like when it's in the is instance, you could do if this changed the search string name or county name equals search string. So you could do the county name underneath it.
You mean inside these if statements here?
But
Yeah, we could store the county, but it's going to change with each one.
you'd have to
But hold on a second. What if we did this? Since we know that we're going to have to once again use this to figure out if it's county, because we know that value 0 is the county and value 1 is the magnitude. So why couldn't I change this to value 0, which won't cause an issue? All right, let's see what that does. Yeah, because I might have to change that whole train of thought there. No.
What I'm thinking though, since you're searching based on magnitude, you will need to know,
Oh, that's true, because you don't want the county in there because it's going to vary.
There's been earthquakes reported on this one.
That's right. Because in the past it said there have been blank earthquakes in this county.
Yeah, so you're searching based on county.
We don't want that. So that string needs to be changed. Good point. Good point. So let's change that back to the way it was. Because that should work fine for the county. Let's make sure that still works. Okay, that does. It works perfectly. Okay. Now we need to change it. So this is going to be... Okay, how did we determine if it was one or the other? We did this, didn't we? Now, that how we determined it? So we could say this else. Now we need to change this. Wow, it's getting complicated. There have been blank reported earthquakes with magnitude of, then what are we, it's search string, isn't it? I know I have to convert it to a string. See, you guys think it just takes a while to get these right. This is exactly how I make your homework, by the way. I figure out what I want to do. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, we missed the end of a string somewhere. Got one right there. Oh, there we go. Just keep adding more parentheses. Nice, it works. There has been 3 reported earthquakes with a magnitude of 4.5. Now, let's find what's the largest earthquake? 4.5 is the largest? How can we find out if it's the largest? Should we even try? What? Yeah, but I'm going to have to change the equals to a greater than. And since it's now a string, that would really be an issue. So we can't do equals or greater than anymore. Okay, so now there's no earthquakes of 4.7, which is nice to know. None. Okay. Could we make it, though, where it looked for ones greater than such and such? Let me think how we could do that. So we're going to have to add it to the list. If this right here is the magnitude, is that correct? Let's think on this one for a second. So if I took this statement, what if I said if value 1 is greater than or equal to search string? What do you think? Will that work? Let's try it. What the hell? It's not like we're building a car and it crashes or something. String to float. So that means that, where did I just do that? This needs to be converted to a float. Is that how we did it? Yeah. Whoops, went too far. That's the highest. Really? There's no earthquake higher than that? Well, let's test it with like a 4.2. Should at least show, it does. It shows 4.2, 3, 4, 5.
I thought we had one higher than
I
4.5.
guess not. Try a 1. Just an earthquake of 1. 4,000 earthquakes with 1.0 or greater? That's a lot.
Wow.
Alright, so now... Alright, so that is working. The only thing is, now it's greater than or equal to rather than just equal to. Which I think is better results. You know what I mean? So let's... so I really need to change my menu. Greater than or equal to. Or greater. That reflects better. Something's wrong. No, that's right. Okay. Whoops. Crap. Magnitude 4.0 or greater. Ascending order. Wow, still 24 of those. So Oklahoma County and Payne County are the... Wait, how come there's only 2 of 4.5s? Didn't we have 3 before? Oh, there they are. Yeah, it looks like Payne and Oklahoma County. You don't want to live there. Okay. So,
Where's Payne County at?
Got 3? I think it's got 3.
let's find out.
Is that by
Where is Payne? Where is Payne?
North Central.
Yeah, that's got 3.
Will Google work?
You just go to Payne County and go to images.
That's too easy.
No, that's...
If you can get a county name, so
That's Payne County right there, and that tree is in Payne.
lake. So he's trying to build that lake on Payne County.
Yep.
Looks like a charter.
Stillwater, Cushing, Perkins, Yale, Drumright, Glencoe, Ripley, and
Nice. Alright, so we got it to work. Yay, wasn't it exciting? So, it's not that hard to change anything.
Not that hard.
It really wasn't. I mean, we did it in an hour. In the scheme of things, you know, it really wasn't all that hard. Okay? Alright, so we got that figured. Everybody kind of follow what we did, though? Somewhat? Okay. It would, I mean, tell you, if someone wants to modify their Chapter 7 program to read in the header row and use those to create a menu where I could search by anything, I will accept it in place of your final exam. Okay? So she might want to do that.
Say it again. Oh,
Okay, if you want to take your Chapter 7 program and modify it, because let's look at the data file real quick. Let's look at the partial one, just so we can see it on the screen. Okay? The top row is actually a header. Okay? So if you wanted to read this in, where you're using all of these as your search values,
but we'd only search with the four though, right?
no, you'd have to search for all of them.
So you have to put all the numbers in there.
Well, the ones that make sense. I mean, MW, no. Just, but I'd like ID, origin time, latitude, longitude, depth, county, magnitude. I think that's about it. Isn't that about it? Yeah, that would be good enough. Okay. But you'd have to create a menu based on what's in the file. And then whichever one I select, it would automatically have to sort by that one. Kind of what we just did. It really wouldn't be that hard. Okay? So, but if you want to, you can. I'd accept that in place of your final exam. It has to work perfectly. It can't be, well, it didn't quite work. It only got the first two to work. So obviously you're going to have to add a lot more entries to your data file. So, okay. Hey, give you something to play with. In the real world, I could really see someone doing this. Who was I talking to the other day? One of my students came in. Old student. They use McAfee antivirus. Anyone ever heard of it? Well, they have McAfee Enterprise solution to manage it for the entire enterprise. It's over at the state regions. And they were saying that it sucks. And their they had a tool that would generate a web page showing statistics. Well, it's no longer supported. It quit working, so they contacted McAfee and they're like, oh, we're no longer supporting that option. So you're out of luck. Well, this guy in Java went and wrote something to pull all the McAfee logs for the state regions and automatically build these beautiful charts and everything. And he did it in like just a couple days. And they didn't even ask him to do it. He just said, oh, that'll be cool. So I could see someone working at the Oklahoma Geographical Society saying, hey, you know, it'd be nice if I could search by X, Y, or Z or something like that. And you really, see, ours is really hard-coded. Okay? But it would have been nice if it wasn't. So, you know, like in our code here, we have, where is that? We have 0 is ID, latitude is 2, longitude is 3. Really, we shouldn't even be naming those. It should just be value 1, value 2, value 3. So it would work with anything. Okay? Now, if I took this data file and they added something different, like amount of sunlight or something, that would just become another field, and the program would read in the header row as sunlight. So, I mean, there's lots of ways you could do it. But if you want to do it, that's fine. That'll be, you know, I don't expect more than maybe 1 or 2 of you to even play with it. So, but I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying if you want to. See, this is exactly, way back when I ran my ISP, I had a thermostat because I needed to make sure the temperature in the room. What I did is I had a big metal building built. I had it all insulated and everything. I put my servers in there. Well, I had to know what the temperature was in there. Make sure the air conditioner is working. So I put a IP-enabled thermostat. So you could literally hit an IP address and it would tell you the temperature. Well, I wanted to know how much power I was using from the air conditioner. So I built a Java app that would query that thermostat every so often and actually built me a bar chart of the temperature. And it was kind of cool because you could see the temperature rise and then the air conditioner would kick on, so the temperature would drop back down. And then it would level off because the air conditioner would turn off and the temperature would rise. So way back when I taught Java originally, way back when, I actually had my students do that as a project. It was building a chart to show the temperature usage in my room. So you can very easily build a chart here, you know, this county is so much. What, Roy? What? Okay. All right. So that was kind of just something different. I just wanted to play around with our earthquake data, showing that we can modify it to do different stuff. And now we're not supposed to live in Payne County. Is that the right? Is that the one? Okay. See, it'd be nice if you did yours. That way we could see which one still has the highest. Scroll this way. All right. So I'm going to stop the recording. Chapter 9 program's up there. Remember, it's Chapter 2, just a slight modification. Okay? All right, let me stop this.